Nerdfighteria! Hello Nerdfighteria, it's Sunday. And in case you don't know what that means, Sunday is New People Day. This is a Nerdfighter collab channel, which means that we get a lot of new people, because there's a lot of Nerdfighters that make videos. So that's what Sunday's about, welcoming them to the channel. And this Sunday, Dave asked me to introduce people because, you know, I'm so loving and welcoming and just so full of giggles all the time. So, in a second, you can meet Brian, but first I'd like to remind you, not that I have to remind you, but I just thought I would, to be lovely and nice and the people that you all are, and make sure that he feels welcome. So, I think I've rambled on long enough. Brian, do you want to take over? Brian does want to take over. He will be taking over now.
Hello friends, my name is Brian. I'm a nerdfighter from Alaska. Actually, I'm not so much a nerdfighter as I'm a fan of nerdfighters. You see, I discovered Hank and John Green in the spring of 2011. I used to be a really big conspiracy buff, and I was researching, of course, the conspiracies. And I came across a video by Hank, actually, on the Vlogbrothers channel, which was, I think, the top 10 conspiracies that weren't really conspiracies or something like that. And from there, I just kept watching the videos because he's a funny guy, Hank, you know? I was already watching Crash Course at the time, too, because I do love knowledge, and I'm not a Whovian, I'm not a Harry Potter fan, no. Twilight, no. No. Okay? I did like John's books. My favorite was actually Paper Towns, because Looking for Alaska ended up really sad, and The Fault in Our Stars was thought-provoking, but still tragic. And that's reality that people have to deal with every day, you know? Like, real people go through this stuff, and that was the first time I've ever read something written from that point of view. I mean, I like female leads, but usually they're like some sexy, successful chick that just does things because she wants to, you know? And I've never read from the point of view from an actual cancer patient, you know? You see them throughout your daily lives, and sometimes you just don't get to talk to them, see how they're doing. And it's really important that we should take care of each other, you know? Okay, my nerd habits, okay? Besides that, promise you, my favorite books are The Dune, I want to call it an anthology by Frank Herbert, and then continued by his son, Brian. Brian Herbert and Kevin Anderson, right? If you've never read Dune, it's like the redheaded stepchild to Lord of the Rings and Star Trek and Star Wars fandoms. Like, you'll rarely find a Dune fan that actually knows what Shai Hulud is and the relation between the worms and the spice and how many lives Duncan Idaho actually lived. Like, I get inspired by this series because it's not just about cool gadgets or journeys to places to throw away evil things. It's about the human experience, you know. Not just one person's important. Yes, there's lead players to it, and yes, there's people who play very important roles, but as a whole, humanity has to get through these cataclysms, you know, and continue on. You know, and he did it for, you know, at least 7 or 8 books. And I think they can still do it if they really wanted to. But hey, that's enough about me. Why don't you tell me about you in the comments? Let me ask you a question, right? If you had the choice between wealth and abundance, or wisdom but little else, which would you choose and why? Answer these questions, and hopefully I'll see you guys again. But until I see you, always remember,